Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the historic Tomato Bowl for tonight's game on JISD Live. I'm Lee Traylor, class of 2005, and tonight I'll be joined by Paul Travis, class of 1994. He's already told me that's not that long ago, so if you were one of the octogenarians alive in 1994, you can commiserate him on exactly how far back his high school days were. Tonight's matchup pits the Lady Hornets of Hudson against a red-hot Jacksonville Fighting Maidens team. Hudson comes into tonight's matchup with an overall record of 10-5-2 and a 7-2 record in district. The Lady Hornets scored 3.5 goals per game while allowing just over 1. Hudson is currently on a 4-game win streak and most recently defeated the Crockett Lady Bulldogs 8-1 on Tuesday. Your Jacksonville Maidens come into tonight's game with a record of 14-3-1 and an unblemished 9-0 record in district. They average 7 goals per game while allowing fewer than 1. Jacksonville is currently on a 10-game win streak and defeated Westwood 14-0 earlier this week. The last time these two teams met up, Jacksonville came away with a 2-0 win and will need another strong performance tonight to march closer to another district championship. Let's take a look at the season schedule for your Fighting Maidens. This Maidens team has been on the road the past few weeks and have come away with some big wins over Diboll, Grace, Palestine, and Madisonville. The girls start a string of home games to finish out the second half of district play, where they will finish their regular season at home against Palestine in a couple of weeks in a huge matchup that we'll bring you here on JISD Live. Speaking of district, your Jacksonville Maidens currently sit at the top spot of the district standings and have allowed just 1 goal so far in district play. Palestine sits narrowly behind Jacksonville, followed by Hudson, both of which will need a strong finish to their season in order to have a shot at catching this Maidens team in the district standings. As such, tonight's matchup is a huge game for both of these teams as they fight to end the regular season at the top of the district rankings. And in just a moment, we'll hear your player introductions, not starting lineups. Still in basketball mode a little bit, Mr. Travis. I've called a lot of basketball games here in the past few weeks. Still trying to ease into soccer season. So not starting lineups, but player introductions. Those will be brought to you by tonight's PA announcer here in the Tomato Bowl, who also happens to be class of 2005 graduate Lee Traylor. Wearing a few hats again tonight should be fun, so bear with me as I every now and then will dip out of our commentary to handle some in-stadium duties. Also running the scoreboard, so you'll know who to blame if that gets screwed up.
Well, if we go to a free throw, we'll know.
A week ago, I did my first commentary on a soccer game of the year, and when they were throwing it in, I accidentally said so-and-so player with the inbounds pass, and I caught myself in the moment, but definitely still in basketball mode and looking to work through some of that here on the commentary. It's a fun time of year. Really enjoy these games and really enjoy basketball over at John A. So both the boys and girls basketball programs recently wrapped up some excellent seasons as they both made the playoffs. So congratulations to them. And now kind of full focus on soccer as both of these programs, both the boys and girls, marching towards some excellent seasons of their own. All right, I'm going to dip out of the live stream commentary and get over to the PA commentary, and I'll be back momentarily. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the historic Tomato Bowl for tonight's matchup between your visiting Hudson Lady Hornets and your Jacksonville Fightin' Maidens. For our player introductions, starting with the visiting Lady Hornets, number 1, Addison Rogers. Number 2, Dakota Les. Number 3, Peyton Evans. Number 5, Aubrey Gubser. Number 6, Brenda Izagire. Number 7, Zamina Garcia. Number 8, Reagan Meisel. Number 9, Carly Maloney. Number 10, Jenna Easley. Number 11, Annalisa Escobedo. Number 12, Ashley Zapata. Number 13, Jenny Moreno. Number 14, Leslie Rodriguez. Number 16, Kylie Burton. Number 18, Estefany Ramos. And goalkeeper, Remy Radke. The Lady Hornets are coached by Derek Lillard and Jessica White. And now for your Jacksonville Fightin' Maidens. Number 0, Emily Barrera. Number 1, Adriana Munoz. Number 4, Itzel Arredondo. Number 5, Kelsey Domini. Number 6, Era Castillo. Number 7, Evelyn Laura. Number 8, Clara Guillen. Number 9, Alexa Medellin. Number 10, Sophia Romero. Number 11, Jewel McCullough. Number 12, Victoria Villanueva. Number 13, Elizabeth Nava. Number 14, Areli Romero. Number 15, Chesney Reed. Number 16, Lauren Wade. Number 17, Samantha Pacheco. Number 18, Mariana Arredondo. Number 19, Jackie Badillo. Number 20, Giselle Castillo. And number 21, Landry Harmel. The Maidens are coached by Colton McCowan and Roy Alvarez. At this time, please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Once again, thank you for joining us on JISD Live On behalf of all the student volunteers, we sure appreciate you tuning in for tonight's soccer action.
Well, Lee, I think we're going to have a pretty good game tonight. Last time these two teams played, it matched up 2-0.
Yeah, I'm expecting it'll be a good game tonight, and you know, as Jacksonville marches towards another playoff berth, you know, the more competitive games that you can get towards the end of the season, that's good to prepare a team, you know, going into the playoffs where they will see a bunch of good teams. So yeah, I'm hoping it's a good game here tonight. And
I think last time I did not watch. I've watched most of the games this season, but I did not watch this game when they played earlier. But my understanding is that the other team at Hudson pretty much just sat back and played defense and tried to mainly focused on just neutralizing the attack. So when they line up, we may see a real deep formation. Typically in professional soccer, they'll refer to this as park the bus when they try and put everybody in front of the goal and try and shut down scoring opportunities. But I've watched a lot of high-level play on teams that played junior college level that in championship-type games, and they'll play a real defensive structure and then try and score off a transition and keep the game played down to a 1-0 type game. We played White House earlier in the season, and White House's strategy was to drop 10 people back and play defense and leave one person up, and that game ends up in a tie. So
yeah, and certainly, when you go up against a team that can score a lot of points, and this is kind of sport agnostic. If you're going up against a really explosive team, that's a pretty common strategy. Play sound defense, try to limit them and limit their possessions, and certainly that's no different in high school soccer, especially when you run into a team like Jacksonville that has a really, really good program and is enjoying a lot of success this year, just like they have in years past. So we've seen that on the boys' side as well. Teams try to kind of load the box and just keep it to a low-scoring game. And, hopefully, if you're the opposing team, part of the strategy is you catch the high end of variance. And if there's only a few goals scored, maybe you come out on top in a contest like that. I think most of the teams that this Maiden's team has run into this year, if they want to try to get into a shootout against Jacksonville, that's going to be a difficult assignment for a lot of the teams on their schedule. This is a really, really accomplished team already, and they can certainly put the ball at the back of the net.
Well, he's definitely lining up in an attacking formation tonight. He's Jewel played some fullback Tuesday night, and he's moved her back to right forward, and looks like Lauren's going to play a center forward position, which I don't think I've seen all season long. So Victoria's normally over there in that position she's in with the left forward, so he's pushed a fullback up already. So I think they're going to go hard at it.
Yeah, you can certainly expect Jacksonville to attack, and Hudson does have a lot of people back there. And that one just about made it to Dairy Queen. So.
Almost. Yeah, that was a good opportunity there for Jacksonville to get in behind the defense. The ball coming back came back a little too high and was broken up by one of the defenders. But, we're under a minute, and we've already seen, some promising attack. The issue with this, Lee, is that where Jacksonville has been really strong is in transitions. They've got players like Jewel and Victoria that have speed, and so when the other team plays up high and tries to press,
if you get behind them, Jacksonville has the players to take advantage of that for sure.
So they'll break the line with speed and run by, and that's where they've been real strong in games, is in those transition plays.
Jacksonville controlling the ball at midfield, looking to attack this Hudson defense.
Yeah, good job by Lauren coming out.
Lauren with the ball again in the middle of the field. Gets it over to Victoria.
Not quite going to connect on that one. That's the right idea. Just try and penetrate that line.
Yeah, just a little bit too far out in front. Looking for Jewel on this near sideline. Hudson sends it out. Jacksonville looking to control it. Now Lauren with the ball turns the corner, looking to send it back center towards goal. Woo!
Close.
I mean, a couple of feet this direction, and that would have been a really, really, really incredible shot.
I don't know if her idea was to shoot or cross that ball. Lauren usually shoots with a lot of power. That was a well-played ball. I think her intention was to play that ball and have Victoria run in and finish it, and it was real close to happening.
Yeah, that's one of those where if that ends up in the net, you say, oh, man, that's exactly what I was trying to do. But I think you might be right. Might have been playing for center there and trying to get some secondary action from another maiden in the middle of the field. But either way, Jacksonville has shown early in this game that they're going to be able to get the ball deep into Hudson territory as they're looking to do that again. Headed towards this near sideline. Jewel sends it back to Arredondo.
Yeah, they're going to. Jacksonville's doing a real good job with possession. That's something they've developed throughout the season. Earlier in the season, we played games against teams like Salina, and it did not look this smooth. It's gotten progressively better all season long.
Yeah, for as accomplished as this Maidens team is, and as deep as they went into the playoffs last year, deeper than any Maidens team in the history of JHS. This is a young team. This is a team that's got a few senior contributors, but also has a lot of underclassmen that really contribute a lot to this team. So, as scary as it is for their opponents, this is a Jacksonville team that has a lot of room to grow, and you would expect would continue to improve. And we've seen that this year.
Oh, if she can take this around. Yeah, if she can take that ball down and continue on down the sideline and swing that in.
Yeah, that's one where maybe, maybe as we get into the game, possessions like that, you can take a little more time and don't feel the urgency to do something.
No, but it's all attack right now.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it is. Lauren Wade pressed him up.
That was a good stop, a good defensive play by Hudson to slide in there and pick that up. Hudson has some athletic players. That's one thing. Like looking at them in pregame, they have athletic girls on this team.
Yeah.
They're doing a real good job staying organized against Jacksonville. That's one of the things that as a defensive team, what you're trying to do is stay organized, make the field real compact, and you can see that's what they're doing right now. But Jacksonville's able to break the line right there.
Jacksonville with another opportunity, and then Lauren looked to send that into goal, but good defense there from the Lady Hornets. And you're right, it kind of sounds odd to say because Jacksonville has had the ball down here deep in Hudson territory a lot and has –
They're going to score.
Exactly. That was going to be my point is the goal can't be to keep the Maidens from getting any shots. They're going to get past the defense some, and they're going to get some shots on goal. This Maidens team – that's just not a realistic goal to control it to that level. So when they get opportunities, playing good defense, that's got to be the goal. And so far, Hudson's done a good job of that. And Jacksonville will look to take advantage of some of the opportunities.
I think right now, if I were looking at this, Hudson's essentially had zero possession the first 5 minutes of the game. It's all
sure.
Jacksonville
has definitely dominated the ball and has dominated it deep in Hudson territory even.
Yeah.
But no goals to show for it so far. So credit to the Lady Hornets for some good on-ball defense here early. Jacksonville set to throw it in. Arredondo throws it in, looking for Jewel, but can't connect on the pass, and Hudson sends it to the center of the field. And this is one of the downsides as well of playing that pressure defense is that could have turned into an offensive opportunity if you're playing –
it's real hard to have transitions to offense with one attacker
for sure.
Holding it. But you see what they're
touched on that earlier.
If you watch what they're doing right here, they're staying very organized around.
They've been disciplined. That's good coaching. That's good strategy. You can really look out there, and if you just pay attention to where the white shirts are, they're all moving together. They're not all trying to converge on the ball and all make the singular play. They're playing good defense and keeping some good integrity about their spacing on the field. Look at me like trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've listened to any Ryan and Lee Traylor broadcasts for soccer.
I have actually. I have listened to them.
But it always comes up that I know maybe 1/10 of 1% of soccer as you and Ryan and the Travis family. So I've watched a lot of soccer here at the Tomato Bowl. I've watched a lot of high school soccer, and I enjoy watching broadcasts of professional soccer, but it's not a sport I played growing up, so I'm kind of late to the soccer game. So certainly don't let me try to
You're doing great, Lee. You're doing great.
Don't let me try to sound like I know more than I do. But if you're watching on the stream and you don't come out in person to watch soccer at the Tomato Bowl, I promise you're missing out, because over the past few years I've grown to really, really love soccer, and especially here in the Tomato Bowl. It's always a great evening, and it's a great sport, and these two programs in Jacksonville are something to be proud of and to support. So if you're watching and you haven't come out in person yet, certainly consider doing that. It's a worthy use of your time, I can promise you. Jacksonville set for the throw in deep in Lady Hornets territory, and sent about 6 rows deep here on the home side, and then bounces over, almost takes out our field mic. So just giving you some behind the scenes here on the stream.
I like the field mic, Lee. I like it when we can pick up. I like it when we can pick up the coaching points.
Yeah, for sure.
Coach Alvarez is taking more of a leadership role tonight.
He is, and he's doing a great job. And
clearance there by Hudson gets the ball across midfield. Jacksonville may actually play all the way back to the goalkeeper. Her first touch of the night.
They do. She's out of the box.
Good calm possession.
Sends it over to Harmel. Far sideline. Villanueva can't keep it in. Hudson throw in from just past midfield. So the first and best opportunity for the Lady Hornets.
I mean, they've actually pushed up into attack. I mean,
they have. They're setting up. And I think, that's understandable. You've got to take some shots at some point. You know, they've played good defense, and for Hudson, see if you can go get on the board and get out ahead.
I mean, this is how you've got to do it when your strategy is to sit back as much as Hudson is. You've got to realize when you do get opportunities, you've got to go in and try and take advantage of it like this. But they're not going to. But you'll watch here in a second. If they turn the ball over, there's going to be a deliberate hustle for them to all get back in a defensive. You can hear the coach.
For sure.
When they lose the ball, they're going to drop. They're going to try and hustle and drop back as many as possible.
And that's especially important against a team like Jacksonville. You mentioned earlier the speed that Jacksonville plays with, especially in transition. So you can see the Hudson players now sprinting back just like you talked about. So we'll see if that comes into play as far as conditioning goes. The longer this game goes, that's got to wear on you as well. And they don't have as many subs as Jacksonville can trot out there. So we'll see if that comes into play as far as strategy goes. Jacksonville able to weather that possession and now controls it.
I mean, Jacksonville plays a really defensive formation themselves. Their formation typically is to have 2 holding midfielders who sit back. Like, if you notice right now, they're really only attacking with 3 players. They use the 1 defender to push up, and then Jewel and the center forward are trying to attack.
Such a luxury, especially at the high school level, to be able to trust, a smaller number of players to get good offense. And Jacksonville's done some of that.
You're doing great, Lee.
Oh no! What did I? No, I just meant those 3 players you mentioned. Those are talented players, and
that is for sure.
So
that is for sure.
I just mean like having the luxury of being able to count on those players.
It's a good cross and run by Jewel, puts her in a good position. So, this is one of the things that you'll like. So again, Hudson's dropped back in a situation where they're defending with 10, counting the goalkeeper. 1 person's playing up high. Jacksonville's trying to attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 10. It's really hard to get numbers up in that situation. They're going to pretty good shot there.
Yeah, good shot
from range.
From distance for Victoria, but saved by the keeper. That's Remy Radke for the Lady Hornets. So again, Jacksonville, kind of the same script as we've seen most of this game. Jacksonville able to control the ball deep in Hudson territory, but Hudson playing some good defense and keeping it a 0-0 game so far.
Ooh.
What a pass.
Close. Still in play.
Man.
Jewel had a hard time getting
called.
hold. Oh, that was real close.
It was. Man, that was.
I mean, he's in a good position. I'm not going to argue his call.
Sure, yeah. But, I mean, what a pass and what a look. That was not an easy attempt, but Jacksonville almost able to pay that off.
So far, I think Jacksonville has one possession on every single goal kick that's come out. Good combination pass there. I think it puts O'Reilly up in him.
Trying to find Lauren inside.
It's a good play. Good defensive play by Hudson to break it up, too.
Really good defensive play. That was. Trying to get a number. I believe that was Brenda Izgire, so we'll give her some credit. I believe that was number 6. Jacksonville throwing in from the far sideline, controls it at about the 35, now plays it over to midfield. Looking down here for Arredondo. Now Arredondo sends it center looking in Lauren Wade's direction. Now plays it back to Jewel. Jewel to the center of the field. Now played up for Lauren, a little high and taken by Radke.
Yeah, I think the strategy looks like right now is to try and get the ball. They put Lauren, who's, she's one of their strongest players. They put her up high in that center attack position. I think, one of their attacking objectives is to get her the ball in a dangerous position and try and utilize her skill as an attacker to finish the shot.
Absolutely, and kind of a dangerous look there for Jewel McCullough on that last play, as she was almost able to get to the ball before the Hudson defense with a clear look at the goal. But Hudson again playing that kind of just bend but don't break defense, able to keep it out of the goal. Now into the center of the field. Jewel with the ball over to Lauren. Now Lauren, good defense from Hudson, not able to get that shot past the last line of defense.
It's hard to attack right in the heart of the defense.
Yeah, and we've mentioned numbers, so like you said, Jacksonville kind of
we play a defensive formation.
Yeah, we're kind of keeping some players back and combine that with Hudson putting everybody down here. And
I mean, this is typical. If you watch a college soccer game, they're going to transition from one end of the field to the other. To say that that Hudson's defending and that's the only thing they're doing, part of it they can't win the ball long enough to generate any attack.
Long shot attempt there, wide right.
But if you watch, high-level girls' college games, boys' college games, when they lose the ball and they're in there defending third, they are defending with 10 players. They'll usually hold one outlet player, and everybody else is going to drop back in and try and shut the attack down. The good thing about it for Jacksonville to get an opportunity to play against somebody like this that's doing a good job of it. We got a first substitution tonight. Looks like we're going
Jackie Badillo coming in, and
we have to switch through the middle quicker.
I don't know if that was Era Castillo. I couldn't quite get the jersey number as she came off. I think it was Era. Either way, Badillo in for Jacksonville.
Hey, listen, we're combining wide out wide. It just needs to be after a quick switch. We got to get it through the midfield faster.
So, like you mentioned earlier, there's some of that coaching, this time from Colton McCowan as he's talking to his players on the field. And
yeah, I like the field mic, Lee. It really gives the people at home, especially the young players,
yeah,
a chance
it's always a
listen
balance, because I don't know how much the coaches like the field. you don't want to give away any state secrets, but
I don't think. I mean, any coach that's worth their salt is going to watch a video and be able to figure out what you're trying to do.
of course, yeah.
I don't think
that was
anything.
more a joke, but certainly it's always great to hear Colton McCowan in action, and we got a little shot of it there.
Here goes a little more dynamic play. This is where we've been successful. Jewel gets to outrun somebody. If she can take that ball,
Dangerous ball there in the center of the field. Jacksonville does gain possession again out here at the 25. But Hudson able to play some good defense. Now Jacksonville with the ball. That's Romero plays it over now. Badillo with the ball.
they're not going to give Jackie a ton of space. So we saw players in other games where they had a lot of space. This team is not going to stand back and watch Jackie line up and take a shot. If she gets an opportunity, she's got to create her own space by moving the ball quick and hammering it.
Jacksonville wins possession again now with the ball at midfield. Lauren handling it.
Yeah, we adjusted the formation there a little bit. Sophia dropped out of that attacking midfield position. Now she's in a defending midfield position, and put Lauren where she was. So when they moved Jackie up to the center forward and away, and we win it back and bring it back at them. This is like what do you call this? Like washing your hair, rinse and repeat. They better watch out.
Good look there.
I mean, it's a shot from range. I mean,
long attempt, but they've been stacking the box so much, and Jacksonville's really been looking for that great look at the goal, and so
I think is this our first corner kick of the night?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Jacksonville lined up for the corner, and I believe that's Aurelie Romero sending that in from the corner. Now Arredondo with it for Jacksonville. Plays it back to Medellin.
She's off. It's close, but she's off. She
just got a little bit behind too quickly.
Well, I don't think she ever got onside.
Well, that'll do it. That is too quick.
I think it's really more she never got herself in an onside position when that ball transitions. That's one of those deals. The defense did a good job for Hudson stepping up and, being an organized line, and Victoria didn't get up fast enough to keep up with them. So when our defender plays the ball back in, she's caught in an offside position.
Yeah, this has been a disciplined Hudson team. I've been impressed with their defense so far.
They're athletic and they're hustling, that's for sure. So, I mean, you see that right there. It's just an effort play. And now she's probably going to sit back and not press Landry quite, too hard. Yeah, this is, really when you look at it, when they're dropped in this defensive formation for Hudson, they don't even, they call this they refer to it as like the line of confrontation. So they start at a certain point on the field. So you can see, when the girls are out beyond 30 yards, basically they're not even contesting for the ball unless it's in a transition play. They're going to sit back and try and utilize the small space of the field to their advantage.
Hudson with a sub as Annalisa Escobedo comes in. And Zamina Garcia has a seat. Wade with the ball for Jacksonville, plays it over.
See, that 20-yard line is like a marker for them. We're not.
Jackie trying to find some space, can't do it. Hudson with good defense, but stolen.
Here. Oh, almost. Jewel tried to get ahead on that and got close. So that's one of the more dangerous plays they've had in the first 20 minutes of the game.
Really, really good defense there from Villanueva to get possession back quickly for Jacksonville and turns it into an opportunity. Can't quite connect with Jewel, but that's what you want to see if you're Jacksonville, is quick opportunities like that when it's not there on the first attempt.
Yeah, you're right. You want to see dangerous balls get in front of the goal. I mean, they're not going to score every time they make them. We'll have another substitution come in. They're going to rotate their formation a little bit, put Evelyn Laura into the right forward position, and drop Jewel back into that sneaky fullback position, which, for everybody who knows, isn't really a fullback position. It's an attacking position from fullback.
That ball played all the way back to Adriana Munoz, playing in goal tonight. Briefly lost our field mic there. That would be a tragedy. We wouldn't hear Roy Alvarez or Colton McCowan.
Or the players. You hear
I mean, the ambiance is great, but Lauren Wade again, a long shot from about the 20.
We're 30-yard shot there. Lauren's got power. She can hit the ball from that far. Just the percentages go down. Closer you get, the higher your percentages get.
It's funny. It works that way. But I'm not gonna lie. If I played soccer, I'm fairly certain that's what I would spam. Is just try. Anytime I touch the ball, I'd be trying for it. So I get it. And especially a team that's used to scoring, you're gonna take some shots.
Yeah, we play against some teams in our schedule, and you can really get away with taking some long shots.
Yeah. So
the goalkeepers aren't able to save.
And tonight, the things that have been working, maybe haven't been working as quickly as Jacksonville's used to. So I don't know how much, just kind of impatience or frustration plays into a shot like that. But it might just be, hey, like, we're going to send something towards the goal. I could see that happening. As that pass attempt from Villanueva not able to connect.
Yeah, that kind of plays into Hudson's strategy, trying to prevent the high percentage shots. You can see it they don't really start their defense until the players get to about the 20, and then they get tight. So
right.
You can see right here they're going to press
They're
on
gonna
players.
converge.
Yep. We get a dangerous shooting opportunity here.
Lauren Wade set up at about the 11-yard line. And now the official comes back, moves that about to the 11.5,
And it not make much difference. It
that's-
probably actually helps her just a touch.
that's-
If she's going to shoot this, and it looks like to me with the way Lauren's lined up and the fact that everybody else is standing looking at her like they expect her to take a shot, this would be my expectation. Nobody's lining up like this is going to be a quick pass or anything like that. So I expect to see her take a shot.
She sends it under.
It's a good shot.
Under the wall, able to get it to the goal. It was a good shot. It was at the lower left corner, but good defense there from Radke. She's able to stop it. So under 15 minutes remaining here in this first half. It's still 0-0. Jacksonville has dominated possession, but Hudson has played some good defense. So Jacksonville looking to get on the board. Good ball there, but again, kind of the story of this first half so far for Jacksonville. They've had the ball deep in Hudson territory a lot. It's just paying that off that so far has kind of eluded this team. So we'll see if they can generate some more good shots. Now Harmel sends it back to Munoz. Munoz now sends it near sideline. Back to Jewel on this sideline. Now inside Badillo. Badillo looking for...
I'm going to run out for a throw-in.
Looking for Laura down here.
These are the kind of games you like as a coach. They give you an opportunity to work on some of your strategy for the game.
Badillo with the ball, looking for some space. Now plays it into the center, and Villanueva tried to get that back to Badillo, but good defense from the Lady Hornets sends this to the Jacksonville end of the field, where Harmel will play this back to Munoz. Munoz back to Harmel. Now Harmel up to Romero. Now Lauren Wade with the ball in the center of the field.
This is where Hudson's got to be really careful when they get stretched out like
Yeah,
this.
if Jacksonville can kind of stretch them out to midfield and then take advantage of the speed that they have on the outside.
That's the best shot.
What a shot.
That was Victoria. Just turned and hit a quality left-footed ball. That's how that's the thing about these longer range shots. You have replay?
No, not tonight. No, I'm sorry. I mean, our guys on the live stream, they can always pause and rewind.
Jacksonville goal by Victoria Villanueva.
All right, there we go. Now we're back.
We're back. Sorry, I had to.
The one-man band.
I had to trade out one microphone for another for a moment.
You can't sing and play the harmonica at the same time.
Well, I can't sing no matter what, so it's not a problem for me at all.
That's the thing about these longer shots in this, level of girls soccer is a lot of times it's difficult for a girl to defend those shots that go right under the bar. So,
dangerous opportunity for Jacksonville.
Victoria almost got another one. She was hustling in there, and she got close. It just,
Yeah, what a ball from Evelyn Laura. That looked. Got some more coaching from Colton McCowan, but that looked like it was for certain going to go out of the back of the end zone. But Laura able to turn that ball and get a really dangerous look for Jacksonville. Yep. Now Jacksonville with another.
He'll take a shot. So.
And she did take a shot from about the 15 and just wide right. So Hudson set to send this one away. And Jacksonville controls.
Another goal kick.
And plays it over to Jewel. McCullough with the ball.
She's going to run out. It's the right idea. Just,
Certainly was. She had some space. If she could have turned the corner there, it would have been a good look for Jacksonville, but just out of bounds. So Hudson with the throw in.
I'm going to play her down here for a minute. Stop the clock.
We do have a trainer going out to attend.
Yeah, this is a good moment here
player.
in soccer. You see this. You don't get very many breaks. They use this as a coaching opportunity.
We're doing a good job attacking line. It has to happen after a quick switch. It needs to go from one sideline to the other sideline as fast as possible. So the moment you see Joel play it to look at a midfielder, you got to be going. And the moment you let it go, you got to be dropping and vice versa. And don't even think about it. Receive it and take it across because they have 7 people over here and 2 over there. The quicker we can get it over there and attack the 2, the more successful we're going to be. Check this side. Small pass. We're going to get it right back to it. Shoot. Hey, listen, you keep. Hey, Jackie. This way and hit it on the turn. You know where the goal's at? It ain't moving and she ain't going to stop it.
So we did once again get the opportunity to kind of listen in on some coaching from head coach Colton McCowan. Also at the same time, assistant coach Roy Alvarez working with some players. So some good performances from the coaching staff here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for, especially younger players at home that watch these games to be able to see, hey, what is the coach trying to do? And, you're watching the game. If you don't, if you're not familiar with soccer, it looks like a lot of chaos. But then you can hear what he's saying. He's like, you got to switch the field. We got to try and he's trying to find a numerical advantage when they're stacking so many people on one side to try and switch the field and try and get it to where he's got a better opportunity.
Yes, certainly you can.
It's hard.
You
I mean,
can-
if
you
we
can
keep pounding straight into the heart of the defense, and they're sitting there with 7 players, it's like a wall you're trying to run through over and over and over again.
What do you want on the clock? I know. What do you want me to put on the clock? What time? 9:45. 9:45.
Now we're 9:45.
Sorry about that. That was, normally when there's a clock malfunction in the stadium, you can kind of say, "Man, what was going on? Like, what happened?" And we'll just say that. That's what happened? What were they doing down there?
The button got stuck.
But no, I just full transparency. I was totally focused on what we were doing, and I was listening to the words of wisdom from Paul Travis, and just completely did not look down and press the button to start the clock when we resumed play after that injury. So,
I don't think it's going to be a deciding factor in this game.
well, so far, I'll take one clock malfunction.
That's the worst. If that's the worst thing that happens all day, I think we can go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll try to keep those to a minimum going forward as Jacksonville with the ball in Hudson territory, now playing it over, looking back inside. But Hudson again tight on defense in front of the goal.
We're trying to get more people forward now. We've still got – because we pushed the defenders up on both sides of the ball. That'll go over. We pushed both our outside defenders up in a real high position.
Long shot attempt there from Romero.
Oh, there's more than one Romero. So I was like, you're right. It was just
from Morelli. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just thinking, thought that's Sophia. It's not Sophia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wait, there's another Romero.
Yeah. I'll try to be more specific
you're
in the
good,
future. But
Lee.
yeah, I
You're good.
really shot that from maybe 20 out or so and just a little high.
She's got good power. That's Aurelie takes some shots from range because of her position sometimes, and she's got good power. Yeah, this is I really like to see that they're playing a team that does this because it forces Jacksonville to find ways to be creative. What are we going to have, a handball? Or it's on us, so.
Yeah, Jewel able to send that towards goal, and there were maidens in the area, but called for some kind of infraction. I didn't see.
Oh, what a trap by Sophia, dropping that ball to her feet.
Now Lauren with the ball in the center of the field. Just not a lot of passing lanes down there when they get it in the center of the field. You're used to Jacksonville being able to set up, quality shot after quality shot, but credit the Lady Hornets. They've been good on defense in this first half. That ball sent far side, now inside. Tried to get it back out.
She's going to catch almost. She almost caught that ball and kept it in.
Yeah, really great effort on the far sideline there.
The defender was a little confident in the roll out of bounds on that one. So.
Yeah, and really able to apply pressure on that possession, but Hudson set to send it out from goal. See if Jacksonville can win this goal kick, and they do have it at midfield.
It's hard for Hudson to win one when they have one person out here trying to win the ball. I mean, even if she hits first touch on it.
You've got 3 Jacksonville players around you.
Yep.
And
a little bit of attack here. It's going to get broken up pretty quickly, though.
That ball sent to center. Lauren Wade with some space on the move. Now Jacksonville sends it over. Almost played ahead for Evelyn Lara, but out in front and then out of the back of the end zone. So we've talked about that a couple of times. The few times that it's happened tonight when Jacksonville can pull Hudson out to midfield, that kind of, when they stretch the defense, that gives them an opportunity to find some space that hasn't been there when Hudson's been able to just sit back. So we'll see if they can get some more opportunities like that and pay them off going forward.
That's where they've had the most success during the season, is in those transition plays, because we're going to hit
Lauren sends one from the 10. Not a bad-looking setup, but that is high and wide. So under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville with a 1-0 lead. Been a defensive contest, and the only goal so far was a pretty great goal and a high level of difficulty goal from Victoria Villanueva. She was able to just turn and fire before the Hudson defense could react. Jacksonville able to break after Jacksonville tried to take advantage of them being stretched back towards midfield again. That ball looking for Laura, but couldn't quite complete it.
That was a handball.
Yeah, we're getting a handball call.
She jumped up, fist punched it. Thought she was the goalkeeper for a second.
Well, you got to keep the refs honest too. You got to make sure they're going to call everything. But so Hudson set to send this away from their own 47-yard line. So an opportunity here for the Lady Hornets.
Deep ball played in.
That's going to go out of the back of the end zone. So Jacksonville with a goal kick. Landry Harmel going to send this one away. Landry the Leg Harmel is the nickname, and we'll see if she can live up to it on this kick here.
I think they may actually they may pass the ball out of the back. Nope.
She sends it deep, but won by Hudson.
That's an aggressive play up there, and then,
Yeah, that was Brenda Izaguirre able to win the ball momentarily for Hudson, but then Jacksonville takes over possession. Lauren Wade looking for Laura.
Run out of bounds.
So Jacksonville with a deep throw in. Lauren Wade with the ball at about the 10-yard line.
A little off-balance shot there. Lauren has a really good shot. She's got a lot of power. The last couple she's been off target on. That one she was, really off balance trying to hit it. It's a
hard to be accurate.
When she lines up and she's steady, I mean, she has a really powerful shot. She does a good job keeping the ball low typically.
Yeah, and we were able to see that earlier when she had the kick under the wall. So she can definitely she can place it, and she can control it and put it where she wants. But like you said, just a little off balance on that shot.
Do you have how many goals everybody scored this year?
I do not. I do not.
Ryan and I talked about the other night was how many goals that people have got. I haven't. Well, we talk about it during a game, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaching staff probably has those stats at the ready. So next time I talk to Colton McCowan, I'll see if I can scrounge that up so we can talk about it on the broadcasts going forward. But I personally do not have those. So I'm just unprepared,
I don't think you're unprepared, Lee. I usually do this with Ryan, and Ryan does all the preparation for it. So here we go. Yeah, Ryan does all the preparation for it like you did tonight. I show up, put a headset on about 1 minute before kickoff, and that's my extent of preparation. So,
well, we'll try to have
I'm definitely not gonna criticize the lack of stats.
Well, I'll take it if you got criticisms. I'm always looking to improve, as all of us are here with JISD Live. But no, I'm just kidding. I think that's a great thing, and certainly. That'd be great to talk about.
I just think as we get closer to the end of the season, it's just kind of interesting to know how many goals.
Yeah, for sure. There's been a lot. They've scored a lot this year. Throwing in from about the 40 as we are under a minute, so we'll see if Jacksonville can get a shot on goal. Good defense from Hudson.
They close this.
Good move from Lauren. Now sent center, but just a little bit high. 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. And you got to imagine Hudson's not going to just sprint up here to send this out a goal.
Yeah, they probably may not play it. 9 seconds. No, she's going to kick it. I'm not sure why. Out of bounds, so that'll end the half right there.
And that will end the first half at the end of one. Jacksonville ahead 1-0 in a defensive game so far. Jacksonville has dominated possession, and they've dominated possession typically deep in Hudson territory. But so far, Hudson playing great defense in front of their own goal, and they've limited to Jacksonville to just one. And that one was on a not clean look at the goal either.
She took a long shot. Victoria took a long shot to score that one. It was a well-placed shot. I mean,
it was.
The goalkeepers in this division, high school, girls soccer, you're going to have a hard time stopping a ball that goes right underneath the bar, and that's where she put it.
Right.
You see, you get to college soccer, you're going to have to hit a ball in a corner high.
Right.
You're not going to be able to hit the ball above a goalkeeper's head. They're going to typically go up and get it. But this level, that's something that you're going to score with. And Jacksonville scored a number of goals this season from shots that were similar to that, at range, right underneath the bar. And in games that are tight, sometimes that's
that can be the deciding factor.
They don't go
sure.
at the end of the game and ask you how
yeah, exactly how did we get this goal?
And this is worth more than the other
goal.
goal.
If anything, give her style points. That was
it's just like the possession deal. I mean, Jacksonville's had possession 98% of the game so far. If Hudson comes back and scores a goal and it ends up tied 1-1, which is what happened to us against, White House, they don't go to a tie and say, well, you had possession more than the other team did, so you get the W. You both walk away with, a 1-1.
Yeah, for sure. So, good play from both teams, really. And we talked about at the beginning that we expected a good competitive game, and certainly that is what we have seen so far. Hudson had a plan, and it was what we expected and what we talked about in pregame of stacking the box. And so far they've been really disciplined, and they've played great defense here through one half.
I actually appreciate the strategy of what Hudson's trying to do. As a coach for Jacksonville, I think this is a good opportunity for them, because when you play teams that are well organized, they're going to drop back. They're going to defend with their whole team. They're not going to, do like some of the lower skilled teams do and, have 4 defenders try and play defense and have other players who are spectating during the game. They're going to drop their players back, and they're going to defend their own goal, especially when the ball's in their attacking third. That's the objective of the game. As a defense, what you're trying to do is you're trying to pressure the ball, you're trying to, cover behind the ball, and you're trying to stay balanced and organized.
Is that the 3 rules of defense? Is that a thing?
Yeah, pressure, cover, balance.
There you go. All right. Well, then, you might know what you're talking about, Mr. Travis. What a just natural way to sneak that in there. That was great.
So the good thing about this for Jacksonville is, as an attacking team, what your objective is to try and unbalance and disorganize the defensive team. So the more organized, the more balanced the defense is, the better practice you get at breaking a team down. And so that's one thing that, Jacksonville should look forward to coming out this second half is, hey, you know what Hudson's going to do? I think they knew it coming into the game, is they're going to sit back. They're going to play defense like this. But, as a coach, you get the opportunity to work on how do we break a quality defense? Because when you get to a game deeper in the playoffs, these are the kind of things you're going to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you're absolutely right. You're going to have to do this type of thing in the playoffs if you want to advance.
They're probably not going to sit. You're not going to see a team sit back and not play defense until you get within 30 yards of the goal like this. I mean, basically what Hudson's strategy is defend in their defending third. They're not hardly defending at midfield. If they are, it's really just a slow play down and give players a chance to get back into a defensive role. Like I said, you look at it from, what they would call line of confrontation. They're setting it to the 20.
Right.
And you can see the difference in how the players play when the ball gets inside of that and when it's outside of that. If Jacksonville wants to pass the ball back and forth across the 40-yard line,
they'll let them do it all night.
They don't care. They'll let them do that. But when it gets down and they start getting closer to the goal, that's when the defense starts to put pressure on them.
Right.
And it makes it easier for a defense when you're only defending a small space.
Sure. Yeah, you're defending, inside the 20 instead of inside the 50, or however you want to put it. Certainly, you sacrifice a little bit of opportunity on the offensive end when you do that. It's harder to get out in transition.
You definitely do. You only have
And,
the opportunity to score in transition, essentially,
Yeah.
if you go with this. And typically, when you see a team that does this and they're pretty effective at it, is they'll have a dynamic striker, and they'll try and get the ball
sure.
to them and sprint with the ball.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was mentioning earlier. When you have really talented players like that at this level, it opens things up for you. You can do more when you have a Lauren Wade and you have a Jewel McCullough who are just really, really talented on the offensive end. It frees you up where you can play some people back where maybe otherwise you'd have to play more up on a kind of in an attacking setup. But Jacksonville really has the luxury of, we know we're going to get offense when we have a Victoria Villanueva and we have a Lauren Wade and we have a Jewel McCullough. But certainly that offense not as easy to come by tonight through one half. So we'll see what adjustments are made by head coach Colton McCowan and assistant coach Roy Alvarez. We can see Mr. Alvarez. We can see Coach Alvarez animatedly talking to the team right now.
Yes, he is very animated.
Hand
with what he's trying to
gestures.
do.
If you didn't know you were at a soccer game and you saw what he was doing, maybe interpretive dance. But he is coaching his heart out down there. Does a great job, as does Colton McCowan. And both soccer programs at the high school. It's not by accident that they are as strong as they are. Both of those coaching staffs really, really strong between Colton McCowan and Rudy Jaramillo and the assistants they have in those programs. Those assistants being Roy Alvarez and Corey Cuton.
Yeah, they have a good opportunity here. Jacksonville is fortunate. We've got a number of players that have grown up playing soccer. They started when they were young. The Soccer Association here, I think, has players start now at age 3, maybe 4, maybe 3. And so a number of these players have been playing for
some of them
10,
since they could walk.
15 years.
You just
right. And then you look at players like Lauren and Jewel. They both play on an extremely high level team for FC Dallas that's playing in a regional league. And then I think their team won that league. And then they went and played a tournament in Florida and won the tournament in Florida. You've got players like Sophia, who plays for a high level FC Dallas team, plays in Dallas every single weekend against talented players. The speed of play when you get to games in that environment is fast.
sure.
It's a faster speed than you'll typically see at the high school level played on those club teams because it's elite.
Right.
And Jacksonville's fortunate to have both on the boys and the girls team a number of players that are competing on high-level teams outside of the school sport.
Right.
And, I mean, it really makes it where when they transition to come play for the school, like, you don't have to worry about, are my players prepared? Are they in shape? Like, the ones that are committed to this sport are pretty much playing,
year-round, every weekend.
At
right.
this age, they're pretty much playing or practicing year-round with a few strategic breaks in there.
Right.
And so as a high school coach, you go to some places where they don't have that. I mean, we're fortunate that, it's not that far to go to Tyler to find a team to play with. But some of the places that aren't near a city that has
Right.
that type of soccer, it's difficult for them to compete against teams like Jacksonville.
Sure,
Because the
yeah.
players
And Jacksonville also, you mentioned it earlier, it's worth kind of touching on and more in depth. The Jacksonville Soccer Association is strong. It's a part of Jacksonville soccer, and so certainly it is an advantage in this area to have it be kind of ingrained in the town.
I
But
think the Soccer Association for Jacksonville has been going nearly 50 years at this point.
yeah, which is not typical. That's there are still towns around us just now getting into the soccer game, and I, for one, am certainly happy that Jacksonville certainly has is rooted. It's rooted here. Soccer in Jacksonville is a big deal. There's an indoor league. There's the city league. You can always find a soccer game in town, and it certainly made a fan out of me.
Yeah, Ryan and I talk about it because I'm at the track a fair amount, and the boys especially. There's a group of them up there playing all the time.
All the time.
All the time. There's a group of them out there working out on the field. So
it's certainly a part of our town, and
well, it looks like we're getting ready to start the second half now. Timekeeper.
We are getting ready to. Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate you keeping me honest.
Well,
we are getting set of
that buzzer goes off. It lets you know. Don't worry.
We are getting set for the second half, and
it doesn't buzz when you don't start it, but it does buzz when it runs to zero.
It does do that. But once again, if you're joining us late, in the first half, Jacksonville has dominated possession of the ball in the first half, and they've typically held it deep in Hudson territory. But Hudson's strategy of kind of stacking the box 20 yards and in on their end of the field has proven effective, and they've been disciplined on defense. And Jacksonville has struggled to get the looks that they want sometimes, and sometimes when they do get a good look, Hudson will jump in with some good late defense. So credit to the Lady Hornets defensively in this first half. Your only goal of the night was a great goal from distance for Victoria Villanueva, as she was able to play it high just under the crossbar. So Victoria Villanueva getting Jacksonville on the board and giving Jacksonville that 1-0 lead as we are set to start the second half here from the historic Tomato Bowl. We'll see if Jacksonville can have better success heading towards the train tracks instead of Dairy Queen. Maybe that'll...
I think the ball rolls downhill more this direction.
I think so.
Now, I'm really interested to see what changes that Jacksonville was able to make for the, during halftime. What strategy adjustments we're going to make. Looks like we're going to probably move back to that Lauren Wade at center forward strategy. Jewel's not playing fullback. She's back at the defense. Back at the forward position again, and we're going to drop back. You can see this is really actually a good formation. A good view of the formation. They didn't have it on the TV very good. That's okay. No. They I was going to say about looking at the formation, the way they line up at the very beginning gives you a good view of the 4 backs, 2 holding midfielders.
Kylie Burton throwing it in for the Lady Hornets. Jacksonville fighting for possession. Villanueva able to win it for Jacksonville now, trying to send it midfield, but broken up by Dakota Less.
Looks like we're going to have a little more challenge with a long ball shot and a goal. Good grief.
What
one shot
play from Carly Maloney. Wins it on defense, immediately turns, fires to goal, and able to hit.
That's how fast it happens in soccer, boys and girls.
That's Hudson goal by Carly Maloney.
Yeah, that's how fast that can happen in the sport.
Yeah, that was very quick, and we didn't see anything like that in the first half from Hudson.
No, I didn't have a shot in the first half. So they barely had the ball across midfield, but watching that, I'm not sure if there's one thing that Jacksonville you could point out and say did wrong. Just Hudson had a dynamic play and took a well-timed, well-placed shot.
Yeah, that was a great individual effort from Maloney there, because great defense, and then immediately turns and fires what – you could not have hit that ball better.
No, she hit a great shot from range.
Just under the crossbar. Jacksonville fighting for it down here.
Aurelio hit that from there. So she's 35 yards out.
Yeah, that's a long shot attempt.
Hudson's goalkeeper's pretty good, though.
Yeah, she's been in good position all night.
We see some other goalkeepers that can't handle the ball very well and drop it loose in front of the goal. She catches the ball.
Yeah, that has not happened. And just going back to the Lauren Wade shot under the wall, and it was at the bottom corner and just got there, didn't panic, stopped the ball. So she's played really well. She's been a part of this strong Hudson defense so far, and a big part of the reason why it's tied at 1 here early in this second half.
Yeah, they're not making it easy for Jacksonville. I mean,
certainly not.
They're allowing
no.
Jacksonville to have a lot of possession, but they're not making it easy for them.
Yeah, they're certainly. I don't know if the soccer equivalent to the football idiom of bend but don't break defense applies, but they're letting Jacksonville control it, but not giving up good shot attempts. Just like that, Jacksonville out and running and had someone potentially that could have ended up with a shot in front of the goal, but quickly sent out by the Lady Hornets. Now Jacksonville throwing it in. Lauren Wade looking to collect it, but Maloney sends it back, and now Harmel.
Yeah, let Landry have a chance to make a pass out here. Control the ball from the back and let us build up.
Victoria with the ball for Jacksonville at about the 30. Gets past Maloney.
Yep. Yeah, typically in this situation, you would see the goalkeeper hold the ball and push her defense out and get up high to try and give somebody forward to try and win the ball. That's not been Hudson's strategy tonight. She walks out to the top of the box. The defenders are basically almost in line with her.
They're just keeping everybody back.
Yeah, and then they've got one girl that stays out high, and so they're gonna get the ball back on them. It's a hit by Relly again. It's a good hard low shot, and again the goalkeeper does a good job handling the ball and not letting it spray out in front of the goal on her. Usually you'll see goalkeepers that have a hard time holding on to it. Ball bounces loose and somebody's in there to hit that second opportunity, but she has not allowed that tonight.
Yeah, great game so far by Remy Radke for Hudson. It's Jacksonville with the ball. Looking for Lauren Wade, but good defense from the Lady Hornets. That ball played far back, and Adriana Munoz set to take it for Jacksonville.
So will Adriana punt this ball? Or yes.
Yes, she will. Looking center of the field.
We have 6 players back there versus 1.
Lauren Wade with the ball, plays it ahead, looking for Victoria versus 2 players, able to win, turns the corner. What a play from Villanueva. That's her second goal of the night, and that one.
Again, what we look at, it happens in transition. We do a punt, we run by, and go ahead.
Jacksonville goal by Victoria Villanueva.
Yeah, she beat that defender on the outside and made that happen. But you see that play and how that works in a transition.
Yeah, just a really great play there from Victoria. 2 defenders.
She's fast, and she can beat somebody. They're going to have a hard time catching her.
Yeah, able to maintain control through 2 defenders, turn the corner, and then a really great shot, able to pay it off.
That's one thing Jacksonville really has to their advantage is the speed of the 2 outside attackers that typically play. When he plays Jewel at the right outside forward like she's playing right now, she's got a lot of speed. There's not very many girls at this level that can keep up with her. Oh,
dangerous opportunity. It looked like for Jacksonville's Lauren Wade was trying to control it just in front of the goal. Instead, it comes near sideline and sent out for a Jacksonville corner.
Lauren did a good job getting to that ball. It's a difficult ball to control.
Now, Victoria again with the ball, sends it middle of the field. And now Almost lost out of the back of the end zone by Radke, but she is able to control it.
Yeah. Sounds like Hudson's coach is trying to get them back reorganized. The thing about some of this type of play that they're doing is very demanding on you physically, and like trying to hustle back constantly and get yourself back in position with the whole team like that. It's physically demanding, and that's one of the things that will Hudson be able to continue this level of play for a full 80 minutes. He's made very few substitutions.
Yeah, especially now down a goal and knowing
Yep.
that at some point you're going to have to get on the board if you want to at least draw even. That adds some pressure to a team that has played great defense all night, but now down on the scoreboard after just a great individual effort. And that's this Jacksonville team. You can do everything right, and they still have the talent to. It takes one play, and it takes one effort from Villanueva turning the corner to where you've done everything right, and they still get the score. So a talented Jacksonville team, and we'll see how they play it now with the 1-goal lead. That ball looking for Wade in the center, but sent out from Hudson. And now one back by Jacksonville. Played over to this near side. Really trying to win possession for Jacksonville. It's sent out by the Lady Hornets, so Jacksonville set to throw in. That was sent out by Zemina Garcia. And Arelli set to throw in for the Maidens. She gets it in to Victoria, who heads it back. It's going to be taken by Hudson, but played out of bounds. So Jacksonville with a throw in now from about the 15. Lauren Wade quickly runs it in, gets it to Victoria. But
He didn't do a good throw in.
I don't know what that call was.
She didn't throw the ball in correctly. I don't know if she stepped on the field or if she picked her foot up. Something was not correct. Unlike basketball, which you've been doing a lot of, you actually have to have both feet on the ground.
Gotcha.
Soccer. This is tonight's soccer teaching moment.
Jacksonville again with a quick throw in. Wade with the ball on this sideline now, sends it center. And that
would score 3 points.
I was about to say that would have
been
been 3 points on a different Friday night of the calendar. Right through the uprights, just too high.
Little bit over the crossbar. We'll see Hudson take another goal kick out here. Again, their formation, if you look at it, their other defenders just basically sit back on top of the box and prepare to have the ball brought back in on attack.
Jacksonville throwing it in from the far sideline, which Hudson sends it back and now controls possession in the middle of the field. But Jacksonville wins it back at the 45. Looking for Jewel.
That's the kind of ball. That's the kind of ball I know they need to get in there.
It was a really good look for Jacksonville.
Dangerous. They're having a hard time getting away from them right now. But that's exactly the kind of thing that I know they're trying to do, is get Jewel to go down there on the end line, take the ball all the way to the goal line, and then play a negative low ball back across the front of the goal and have somebody in there to finish it. I think that got broken up as it came across by the goalkeeper. That's one of the issues. You really want to hit that ball out about the top of the 6-yard box, maybe just a little beyond it. That's kind of the ideal place to put it. But that's exactly the thing that Jacksonville needs to try and do, and I believe that's what they're actually trying to do. So I'm glad to see that they're working on that.
Yeah, that was an excellent look for Jacksonville, especially after it played off the keeper and just kind of hung there for a second.
It's a hard ball. Those are the highest percentage shots to score. If you can get the ball on the ground, played in a negative direction, that's over the top.
Too high.
It's a good shot, but it's over the top, 30 yards out. When you're playing a ball on the ground back toward the attacker in front of the goal like that, your percentage of scoring is greater than 50%. It's the highest percentage shot you can get in a game. And if Jacksonville can figure out how to execute that against a team that stays organized like this, it'll be really beneficial for them when they get into competitive games deeper in the playoffs.
Yeah, if they can manufacture looks like that in this second half.
See if we can recycle back to the goalkeeper a little bit. Let her have some confidence with the ball. Build out. I thought we would build out from the back there instead of just clearing it to the center of the field.
And that last possession, while it didn't happen this way, that could be dangerous for Hudson because you've got some fast Jacksonville players just hanging out, waiting for an opportunity to get past that last line of defense that on that last possession had moved up all the way to like the 45, which is, I think, as deep as they've been all game. They're able to survive it there, but that's something to watch out for. If they start doing that, thinking, hey, maybe we got to get a goal on the board, Jacksonville's going to have opportunities to get Victoria out on the run and Lauren out on the run and Jewel out on the run. Again, me sounding like I know what I'm talking about. You jump in here at any point and say, hey, that's wrong, bud.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong on that, look.
Well, Maidens with the ball, looking to send it up the far sideline. Just a tiny bit too far out there.
That's one of those turf issues right there. Play this game on grass.
Yeah, that ball might stick a little bit.
That ball stays in. So, but if you're watching this and you're at home, not being critical of, Hudson, but typically the strategy you would see when they're going to do a goal kick is you would push your defenders up to about the place where you think the ball would land and be prepared to win the ball back and compete for it. And so she's probably going to kick this ball out to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, normally
you'd 35-yard line, and she's got
some people there. And
they had more around that time than they did earlier in the game. Earlier in the game, they would kick it to one player, and
you're just kind of conceding the goal kick.
And the problem is that what's going to happen. If you're going to get the ball. You're going to turn the ball over, and Jacksonville's going to come back to you. So.
Yeah, so early in this game, they were just truly playing for defense, and to their credit, it worked.
It's still working.
And they have kept this a
2-1
one-score game, and so it has worked to their credit. But
Jacksonville's going to line up here for a corner kick. Let's see if we maintain stationary positions or if we're dynamic with our –
Really sends this in from the corner. Good defense from Maloney sends that out, but Jacksonville fighting for it again, and Lauren with the ball now sends it.
It's a good shot over the goal. It's a good save by their goalkeeper just to push that ball over the bar. That was a hard shot to handle, and she did a good job of pushing that ball.
That was a really well-placed ball by Lauren from distance.
They didn't close down space on her fast enough. You see, earlier in the game, they would not give her any space at all to take that shot, and they sat back too long, and she's going to take a shot if you do. These are dangerous balls right here when it just bounces around in front of your goal.
Jacksonville able to get.
As an attacking team, that's a lot of goals are scored in soccer just by chaos in front of the goal.
Right.
Get the ball inside of the penalty mark, get it inside the 6-yard box, get numbers in front of the ball.
Right. Follow shot attempts in, all of those things. You're just good things will happen.
Well, it's hard to clear the ball out when it's in a cluster like that. A lot of times like that one, you're clearing the ball out and it's bouncing off somebody, or somebody's able to get a head on it like Jewel and put it back to you. So those are dangerous balls, and a lot of games are decided by scores on goals that, they don't go down as making pretty goals, but they go down as goals that count on the scoreboard.
Arredondo throws it in for Jacksonville, and now the Maidens working with the ball Middle of the field from about the 15, just wide left.
Good left-footed shot by Sophia.
Good shot attempt, but just wide left. Keeps it a 2-1 score. Jacksonville with the lead against Hudson. And Hudson set to kick this from their own goal.
Right there about 35. 2 people there that time, and they were able to get control of it, but just kicking it forward and letting Jacksonville's defense pick the ball up and bring it back to them.
Jacksonville again wins possession, but Hudson with good defense able to turn it over and then sent out of bounds. So Hudson will throw it in as Evan Lara kicked that one out for Jacksonville, and Aubrey Gubser set to throw this in. Jacksonville with possession on the far sideline, now plays it back.
See if we can build out of the back a little bit here. Looks like Jacksonville's defense is going to have time to control the ball.
Morelli plays that up to Lauren. Now Lauren over to Victoria. Looking for Arelli. 3 players around her. That ball eventually sent back by Hudson, but Jacksonville already on the attack again. Setting it up far side, Arredondo. Looking for something inside, but played back. So Jacksonville set to throw it in from about their own 40, I think, 35.
Again, this is giving Jacksonville a chance to practice the build out of the back with the defense and show some control. See if we come straight up the side. We typically like to go right, either right down the side, or we pop that ball back into Lauren, into the middle. Oh, that's
looking for Victoria.
good play.
Good play from Victoria. She's able to win it down this near sideline, and then good play from Rima Radke to control the shot attempt. So Victoria, while the opportunities have been hard to come by for Jacksonville deep in Hudson territory, Victoria's had a few, and she's already paid off a couple of them, and that was a good look on that last possession. And now Jacksonville with a good look again, but broken up by the Lady Hornets.
Yeah, Victoria's got a couple of choices there when she goes down and beats that defender. She can either take that shot, which is a really tough angle shot.
Really is. She's already made that shot once.
She did. It's really hard to make shots from those real tight angles like that.
Absolutely.
You know, her other option she's got is to go ahead and take that ball all the way to the goal line and then pass that ball back across the front if she's got another attacker in there in position. So, and that's the one thing about soccer. You know, it's a game that you have to make decisions on the fly. Unlike other sports where there's lots of stops and there's lots of starts.
Yeah, for sure.
And lots of opportunities for coaches to get involved. This is an autonomous game.
Yeah, it's a synergy game, and that's why teams that have played together a lot.
Oh, she was real close on that one.
That was
hitting it from range
about
and real
30.
close.
That was about 30 yards out and only about 6 inches too high.
Which one took the shot?
I think that was Lauren.
Okay, yeah, it was a really good shot. I mean, she just put just over the bar. So
yeah, but just synergy for teams is
autonomous play is what you're looking for.
It's
the players have to know what to do in the moment, and they have to make their decisions in the flow of the game, because the coach can't go out there and tell them, hey, I need you to be here and do this right now. It's something that, if you look at soccer games, typically you're going to hear a little bit of coaching from a coach during the game, and it'll be usually real specific things that where a coach is really involved is in practice.
Right, leading up to the game.
Yeah, you've got to do it in practice.
Right, so the more soccer you watch, and I'm speaking to the people on the stream who maybe you're a new soccer fan. Certainly not breaking new ground with Paul Travis here, but the more soccer you watch, the more you can see teams that have played a lot of soccer together, because you'll see players who know where their teammates are going to be, and they can make those split-second decisions, and it's a pretty thing to watch when you get a team that plays cohesively like that, and Jacksonville's certainly capable of that.
Yeah, what you're looking for, Lee, is the cues. That's what they'll call it. So you've got a cue in the game. and your players have to be able to read a cue and understand what they need to do in that moment of the game. Not just the person with the ball, but their supporting players have to know, hey, when I see the person with the ball and she's got an opportunity that looks like this, I have to know where do I need to go?
Right.
How do I need to support that play?
Yeah, it's so important.
It's such a dynamic game. Right. Soccer is the most difficult game to master. If you look at football, the coach in football, there's a stop. Everybody gets to restart.
Right.
They line up, and everybody stands still. There's very little of that in soccer.
Sure.
I mean, this is a dynamic game that plays for 40 minutes without any, basically without a break.
Right.
And everybody, in football, you look at who gets to be the quarterback. One person. They get to throw the ball.
Sure. Yeah, to speak to that, I mean, to use your football example.
Ooh, here we go.
Jacksonville with a good-looking opportunity there, but just a Hudson Lady Hornet foot able to send that out. Now Jacksonville looking for an opportunity again. Lauren Wade with the ball. And now
hard shot's going to the
left-footed.
corner. That's going to score.
What a shot from Lauren Wade.
Shoot. Yeah, we're out. She's, just outside the box. I think she's probably about, 22 yards out. Hits that ball. Bounces off the post. Go ahead.
Jacksonville goal by Lauren Wade.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way the goalkeeper's going to be able to stop that ball.
Yeah, that was just perfectly placed.
Yeah. She turned and hit that thing. I think it's a left-footed shot. Lauren's one of the few players that can hit quality shots with both her left and her right foot. A lot of players you see, even at like a real high level, they're really dominant on one foot. And Lauren's got the ability to play with skill, with both feet. Very balanced player.
Yeah, she just was able to, in one motion, turn to possess the ball and send it to the perfect place in the net.
He's moved her back out of that center forward position back into where she normally plays, which is attacking midfield, and he's pushed Sophia up more and not playing back with such a defensive mindset. If he can combine, that was a hard play right there. Oh, and we're going to get a yellow card for that. One foul. Landry came out aggressive. So you don't usually see one foul get you a yellow card, but apparently tonight it did. Unfortunately for Landry, she's got to come off the field for at least one substitution before she can go back in. I think that's the way the high school system works. So looked like it because she came right off the field.
So we've got some coaching at volume from Colton McCowan there.
A little excitement out there.
That's right.
A little excitement on the field.
Hudson set to send this away from the
big high ball.
That one would have been good for three. That was quite the kick from the Jacksonville 27.
That was nearly a 40-yard boot right there. So we can substitute on a goal kick. It looks like Landry's going to take her little water break and get back on the field, join the game. I think Jacksonville hadn't had very many cards. I've watched a bunch of games this season, Lee. They haven't had very many cards in the girls' games. It's actually kind of unusual.
Yeah, and like you said, especially on like the first incident, the first contact. But
I mean, they're going to call that a reckless play. Not a violent act. It's just, considered a reckless play. I don't know if you know this, Lee, but I am a licensed referee for USSF.
Okay, all right.
A little another tidbit of information for you.
I think.
That's going to be a foul. She's going to get a card too. The referee's going to his pocket, so she's going to get a card for that. So just came in late. It's a little hard.
Right, and
unnecessary.
That card was on Carly Maloney.
I mean, it's soccer. You're going to see plays like that. This is a challenging game.
Yeah, these are two good teams near the top of the district standings, and
it's a tight game. And people are going to play hard. And occasionally, there's going to be fouls, and some of those fouls are going to be hard.
Yeah,
you can't get really upset about it. Nobody's trying to get hurt. I don't think there was any.
Yeah, there's not a malicious intent or there.
It's the exact same word I was going to use.
Physical play. It's physical play, and it got a card.
Like Ryan will talk about, if you play a whole game and there's no fouls, like you didn't play physical enough. Like you've got to play in a physical way to be able to compete. Compete. If you could tell you, if you watch games that are played by competitive teams in, at a high level at this age, I mean, not high school competitive teams, but outside of the school competitive soccer, club soccer that's played at a high level, they are going to be physical. There's a lot of contact between players. You're not going to see very many teams. Oh, we got an opportunity here from Evelyn, and another one. She's going to be offsides, though. So it looks good. It was a good opportunity, good effort, but she was offsides.
Called offsides.
Yeah, she was. It's not really a question. If you want to go back home and back it up and look at it on your YouTube, you can.
Yeah, it was a good look for Jacksonville, but just offsides, and
it's just a situation where Victoria got caught up in the run of the play and, let herself get a little too far ahead.
But those good looks for Jacksonville have been more
it's
prevalent.
going to happen. You can't knock hey, I'm offsides once or twice during a game, especially in a dynamic play like that.
Yeah,
I'd rather see her in the effort and get called offsides than hanging out at the 25 watching her teammate try and score.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see intensity. You want to see
good
effort.
movement by Jacksonville here, bringing the ball out.
Jacksonville trying to set up an opportunity here with a lot of space, which
we have a better. Ooh, that was a foul that didn't get called, but
played into the center. Now Jewel plays it back to Lauren. Lauren sends it towards goal, but controlled by Radke. And Victoria is slow to get up, but does get to her feet. 12 and a half minutes remaining here in the second half. Radke sends this to about the 37, where Lauren heads it forward, and now Victoria sends it towards goal. High shot at the corner and knocked away by Radke. Good shot from Villanueva and good defense from Radke. We've seen that back and forth several times here in this game, as Villanueva has 2 goals for Jacksonville, but Radke has also blocked some good shot attempts from Villanueva. Jacksonville sets up for the corner.
Let's see if, wait, I think I'm off. Oh, okay. I thought you left. I didn't know.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was doing a little.
He's got a lot to do. Lee's got a lot to do. I think.
No. Don't not making any excuses. We've all got a lot to do, Mr. Travis. We're all busy. I was doing one of my other jobs that required me to step away, so I apologize for that. Back in the saddle.
I mean, if there's an issue here at the Tomato Bowl tonight, Lee's the one that's responsible for it. If there's a light that goes out, Lee is going to go have to change the bulbs out.
I really don't I don't like the direction this is going. Let's not go down that path. But just had to step away for a moment.
Needed to go down to the concession stand, fix up a bag of popcorn.
Absolutely, got to support.
A couple of kids down there were looking for some popcorn.
Got to support the band boosters.
Every responsibility. I mean,
Hudson.
We're getting a little bit. Our crowd here at Jacksonville is getting a little interested in having some calls made, and you're not.
Gotcha. So they're certainly not going to be happy there, as just a moment ago, a non-call where Hudson had some contact, and then the call against Jacksonville.
Yelling at the referee does not do you any favors.
It does not. It certainly.
If you want things to go your way, yelling at the referee is not the way to achieve that. So
I've been to a lot of high school sporting events, both here in the Tomato Bowl and all around. And I've yet to see a referee respond to getting yelled at. You know what? You guys are right.
Let me go fix that. No.
Yeah, let me take that back.
It doesn't work that way. We're gonna. What are we doing now? Oh Jesus, is she gonna get a card? Oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
Well, we got
I'm not
a
really
call
sure.
of some kind.
she's already sitting on a yellow. So if she gets another yellow, that's going to be a red and she'll be ejected. So let's hope that doesn't happen. He's calling an indirect kick for her touching the ball. So this is going to be a 2-touch indirect kick, Lee, from inside of 7 yards from the goal. So the good thing about this for Jacksonville is that they don't have much room to make anything happen. They'll have to back up the full distance, which might be 10 yards. It might put them all the way to the goal line. You can't back up beyond the goal line, but they're going to have a 2-touch to score. So he's going to set the wall for him just above the goal line. They're going to have to back up.
He's saying she touched it twice.
He's saying that Adriana passed it to Landry and then she hit the goal kick. So
This is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. So.
Well,
I've never
listen,
seen
if it's
this
the first
call,
time you've
but
seen it,
again,
I promise you it's the first time I've seen it.
But again, Lee, what I said was don't yell at the referee.
Absolutely,
because
yeah.
this is the kind of thing that happens. And now
Jacksonville survives the
got
attempt.
fortunate we came out without getting scored on that one. So it's a difficult shot to actually make. It looks really, really dangerous, and it is, but it's actually pretty difficult to score off that type of ball.
The geometry there is difficult. You've got people right in front of you and the goal right behind them, but still, Jacksonville lucky to get out of there and escape the attempt.
Yeah, don't yell at the referee. They can nitpick you. Ooh, hard win there by Hudson.
And now sent back deep.
Run this ball back to the other.
And that's going to be taken by Munoz. You can hear assistant coach Roy Alvarez encouraging the Jacksonville Fighting Maidens to forget about
soccer.
the call.
I mean, you're winning the game 3-1. You gotta. This is part of the deal with the, with the game. You've got to get beyond one moment and keep playing. So,
right, and that's what the coaching staff is encouraging the Jacksonville side to do. Is Villanueva controls the ball at the 30, tries to get it over, but taken by Hudson and sent deep. It's going to be played back all the way to Munoz. Now over to Harmel, but out of bounds. So Hudson going to throw in on the Jacksonville side of the field. From about the 35. Throw it in to Maloney. Now Maloney trying to advance it for the Lady Hornets. Heads it forward, but sent back by Harmel. Sent way back by Harmel.
Yeah,
that almost got up here to us.
I was going to say, we almost got to
we almost had to duck in the press box. Now
we need an extra ball. We need a little help. Might want to have a
instead of retrieving the moonshot from Harmel.
Do we have a fan up here that gets the ball back down on the field? We do have. We actually have some people in the stands.
We do.
They want to.
Don't know where that.
Actually, I don't either right now. So, throw in one back by Lauren. It's a direct throw into the opponent by Hudson. So typically, you usually try and throw the ball to your teammates.
Kylie Burton sending that one in, and now Jewel sends it back middle.
We've got numbers forward on that one. Trying to these transitions is opportunity for us, but they're going to play the ball and out of bounds, and now get their squad back to defend.
Now Jewel with the throw in once again. Gets it in. Maloney sends it in the air. There was a Jacksonville player there. Now Villanueva sends one to goal, and now trying to let that get out of bounds, and does.
It's going to be a call for a foul for push. A little aggressive play by Hudson, trying to get around,
Yeah, good play back Victoria as well. She got in front of her and put on the brakes.
It's basically like a corner kick here, and we'll bounce that ball off of the defender on the free kick.
Maloney sends it deep.
It's going to go over Landry's head.
Pressure for Hudson being applied by Annalisa Escobedo. And now,
good effort on her part to try and.
Yeah, she covered a lot of ground.
I mean, she's got to. She's the only one up there. She doesn't have any help. She's got 4 minutes left to, try and switch the ball to the other side of the field, change the point of attack. That's usually one of the strategies you look at on these games when they stay really organized, is to try and, attack one side of the field and then quickly adjust to attack to the other side of the field.
Right, and then Aurelie tried to get that into the center to Lauren, and it was sent out by Hudson. So Aurelie set to throw it in from about the 25 here on the near sideline. Villanueva ducks under it.
She likes to do a flick. I'm not sure who she's flicking to. She's done it 2 or 3 times, and there's nobody behind her. Typically, when you see a flick done during a game, there's another runner that's going after that ball, and you pass it with your head behind you over to him. She's had a couple where she did it, and then the player wasn't able to handle the ball and goes out of bounds. But there's not an actual Jacksonville player there to receive the ball. Get a little defensive action by Jacksonville here. Plays out. Now we're going to have
Alexis sends that one out, so we're going to have a throw in from Hudson.
See if we can get some numbers back to defend, because, at this point it looks like Hudson's going to push some people forward to try and take advantage of it.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining here, and Hudson down 2. Maloney with the ball for the Lady Hornets. Now she sends it back.
There we go.
Now play to this near sideline to Jenna Easley.
Forward. Landry's able to step up and win.
Easley sending it forward again, but Jacksonville some good defense. Now Maloney with the ball.
Oh, she wants to shoot too. She's got range. She wants to shoot. What are we doing? We got a down player. Which one's down? Is it Aurelie? I believe Aurelie's down. Maybe just be a cramp. It's one thing about it. She's played a lot. I mean, she's on defense. We haven't had much defensive pressure, but Aurelie's played a lot of attacking role from that defensive position. So she's done quite a bit of running tonight. And it is, fairly warm outside. Amanda's getting a good workout over here coming to check on her.
Yeah, she
good
is.
To see
She's
the trainer.
Run about 100 yards.
So.
If I was the trainer and I had to do that, we would need another trainer to come attend to me after the fact. So good look there from the Jacksonville trainer, able to come over and help Aurelie up. She's going to get her checked out on the sideline. So we'll start the action here in just a second.
Looks like we're going to have her step off for a minute. Substitute another player in for her.
Yeah, that does just look like a cramp that they're going to work.
Stretch out. You only got a couple minutes left. Drop ball played in.
Maloney plays that back, but Jacksonville able to send it back now. Maloney looking for someone in the middle, but Jacksonville able to send it back. And Villanueva with the ball on this near sideline now cuts it back towards the center of the field. Maloney, good defense.
Maloney's a player.
She is.
She's on a team that does not have a ton of talent around her.
Well,
she's a real soccer player.
She's got the lone goal for Hudson, and she has played well tonight, that's for certain. Lauren Wade with the ball for Jacksonville. Sends it to the near sideline. Victoria able to stop it. Now slows down play, waiting for a Hudson defender to apply pressure. And then intercepted. Annalisa Escobedo had it for Hudson, but taken back by Jacksonville. Now Escobedo on the run, but Jacksonville able to control it back to Harmel. Now Harmel over to Arredondo. Over to Lauren Wade. Played up to Badillo.
She'll shoot from range. So.
She does send it back to goal. Remy Radke able to take it there. So coming up on a minute, we'll see how aggressive Hudson is. Inside of 60 seconds remaining, down by 2. Jacksonville controlling the ball. Kind of a dangerous pass back to Harmel, but she's able to send it deep. And Hudson set to throw in from deep in their own territory as we come up on 30 seconds remaining here in the game. Villanueva heads it back, and then Maloney returns that right back. Jacksonville fighting for possession in the middle of the field. But
Hudson,
Izagirre out on the run, and Harmel sends it out. Good defense there from Landry.
Just not much time left. Hudson ought to push everybody up and try and.
Away!
Nope.
Kick it in the bleachers.
Good defense from Jacksonville on that final
That's one way
possession. And that will do it at the end of the game. Your final score, Jacksonville 3 and Hudson 1. Well-earned victory for Jacksonville tonight, as the going was not easy for most of the game. Great defense from the Lady Hornets, but an explosive Jacksonville team able to come out with the victory. Final score 3-1. Final score, Hudson Lady Hornets 1 and your Jacksonville Fighting Maidens 3. Thank you for visiting the
I'm not
historic
on.
Bowl. Please drive home safely.
The lights go off in 10 minutes.
I will announce that in a moment, yes. Once again, thank you for joining us on JISD Live. Not the easiest win. This was a good competitive game here tonight that we saw. Some good defense from Hudson. Some good play from Jacksonville. Victoria Villanueva with 2 goals tonight. Lauren Wade with another. That's where your 3 Jacksonville goals come from. And Carly Maloney scoring the opening goal for our game tonight, and Hudson's only goal. And who was our opening? I don't think they opened. Victoria scored first, and then they scored after that, correct?
It was tied 1-1.
Yeah.
When they came out,
We scored first, or they did? That's
did.
my question.
Yeah, we
Okay.
scored
All right,
first
thank you.
in
So
the first half.
Victoria scored first, then Carly Maloney, and then Jacksonville with the final 2 goals of the game. So good play from Maloney as well. A good Hudson team. This is
they did really well. Like I said, on defense, their objective was to, sit back, defend in the defending third of their end of the field, not try and defend out in the middle of the field. Hold their defense back, stay organized, make the field really compact, and make it difficult for Jacksonville to penetrate their defensive line. They did a good job of it. Jacksonville struggled against it, which is good because Jacksonville, needs to see people who play like this so that they can understand as an attacking team, how do I get this team to – how do I break this down? How do I get them unbalanced? How do I get them disorganized? If a team comes out like – I don't want to be critical of every team that we play, but
if it's just easy to score,
some of the other teams we play, your objective as an attacking team is to disorganize your opponent.
Right. Yeah.
And if your team never,
if what you're doing is working all the time, it's hard to do that.
Well,
right? So
if
it's
the
hard to
opponent,
practice
well,
that.
no, what I would say is, if the opponent who's defending never gets organized, you never have to break down their organization because they never are organized.
Yeah,
so it's good opportunity for Jacksonville to see a team who comes out and can execute an organized defensive plan well, because you're going to need to be able to learn how to break that down going forward in the future.
The opportunity to practice.
Definitely an opportunity to practice.
The opportunity to practice adjusting to a team is good for a team that has aspirations in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you're going to have to do that.
Yeah,
so.
and the good teams we play in the playoffs, they're not going to defend with 4. They're going to defend with 10.
Right. And so getting some practice for that tonight,
they'll be able
for this team, and they did adjust to it. We saw that. In the second half, they were doing some different things to get some looks that they did not get early in this game. We had some looks from Victoria and from Jewel on the edges, and that really ended up being the difference in this game. And
they'll be able to take the video. I mean, they're going to have video from the game. They'll be able to watch and see.
Right.
Hey, what can we do? How do we make this better? How do we get better going forward? So games like this are, to me, they're positive because they give you a chance to see, something different. If they came out here and the team stayed spread out and you ran down and you did your transitions and took advantage of the fact that you got fast outside forwards and, were able to score goals that way, you don't learn anything new.
Right.
A game like tonight lets you get an opportunity to practice something at a high level and learn something
against
new.
a good team. Hudson played really well tonight. They're a well-coached team. It was a disciplined team. So congratulations to them on what is shaping up to be a great season for the Lady Hornets. And certainly congratulations to Colton McCowan, Roy Alvarez, and all the members of the Jacksonville Fighting Maidens soccer program as they march towards the playoffs. On behalf of all the student volunteers in the JISD Live program, Swanson Trailer behind the controls, along with Oliver Penuelas tonight, and on behalf of Paul Travis, I'm Lee Traylor. Thank you for joining us on JISD Live. Have a great evening.